Hello. Today is March the 12th, 2019. Well, I'm whispering today because I'm living with one of my family members temporarily, and I'm afraid they may hear me. But I support President Trump. Just a few minutes ago, I just got through getting in a debate. I just pretty much trolled them the whole time. I told them that I was against Trump, afraid that the argument would lead to something more, that I probably wouldn't even have a place to stay. Didn't want that to happen, so I kind of played it cool. Well, my family is very, very, very Democrat. I'm whispering because I'm afraid they may hear me. I'm pro-life. I'm pro-God. I'm pro-family. I believe in a limited government. And I believe through the way of success is prayer and planning. You just have to be cool. You can't speak out and can't say anything. Just open up your mouth and tell your family, I'm black, I'm young, and I'm conservative. I'm not gonna give up my age group. My family is lurking YouTube like crazy. Everyone in my family is Democrat. It's hard to I walk away, but the idea when it comes down to it, the worst thing you could tell your family being black in America is that you're Republican or conservative. That is the worstest thing that you could ever tell your family if you're black. And in some cases if you're white or Hispanic. But more than likely if you're black. I wish I could wear a Make America Great Again hat, but I'm gonna be living on the street if I do that. I don't have a problem with them supporting the left. I don't. But being black in America, you must always be Democrat. You can't come out and say you support the president or even the Republican Party. You can't even call yourself independent. Anything other than being Democrat. I'm a new YouTuber. And my page is going to be called, it's already called Solutions Over Fiction. And I'm whispering right about now because I don't want my family to hear me. I just can't wait till I move out on my own. The way of Black America and the way that Black America has succeeded is by limited government, home ownership, business ownership, family, morals and values, God, pro-life, pro-America, and a pro-limited government. I know I said that probably the third or fourth time. Me, I'm in my early 20s. I've bought, I'm not even going to say how many acres of land, but I have succeeded. My family is lurking the whelp, and I'm pretty sure it ain't going to take a lot for them to find me. So, when it comes down to the whole situation, you better not ever tell your family you support Trump or is Republican. Don't ever do that. It's hard. I just don't ever want to speak out like that ever again and tell my family that I support Trump. I just don't. I pretended as if I supported Bernie Sanders. So it was almost like, I was in there just with a pack of wolves. They were just biting away at me because I said, Trump, he did prison reform. Trump, he's pro-life. He's pro-God, he's pro-family. He had the lowest black unemployment. I have to walk it back all the way and talk about how I supported Bernie Sanders. I'm not mad at them for supporting whoever they support. So why are they mad at me for supporting who I support? I don't understand. But arguments on politics, I just don't know. You just can't. You have to just play alone. But in that voting booth, let me tell you something about it. That right there is a different story. I just play alone. Just play alone with it. Just gotta play alone. My family can't be Republican. You can't be conservative. You can't be pro-life. You bring up, but hey mom, grandma. Every black man in my family, my dad, but I have some uncles, they're very liberal, but my dad, he's conservative. I have other older cousins, they're all conservative too. But we hide it. Like, we ain't gonna come out and just tell you that we support them people, cause like we don't tell people we support Trump. You'll be called coon, Uncle Tom, sellout. You're not really black. You helping the enemy. You want to be white. I mean, better not do it. You do it, all hell is gonna break loose. It's worse than telling your family that you're gay or 20 years ago. Imagine telling your family back then that you're like that. Don't speak out. You're going to be called racist. You're going to be called sexist. You're going to be called a buck dancer, a bootlegger. You're going to be called all type of names. All type of names. They'll drag you through the dirt. And it's almost like a pack of wolves. And it's you against every last one of them. I remember going away visiting one of my relatives in Georgia. And I just remember just me versus, it was at least 15 of them. They were just coming at me like a pack of wolves. I was like, do you not understand that what the left has done with government and things of that nature? Do you not understand that right there is terrible? Like, it broke your family apart. The black home ownership was at the highest in the 1950s. Black America did really well when we had conservative values. You talk about black business ownership. I'm not a segregationist or nothing like that. That's unacceptable. What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm pro-America, pro-God, pro-family. I believe in equal rights, equal pay for everybody. I believe that's just how I look at it. I'm a realist. I never really was a Democrat or a liberal. Even when I was a kid. I was conservative then. When I was 15, 16 years old, I was conservative. But I did not know it. And not only that, I didn't find out until Trump ran. I was like, oh, I'm voting for Trump. And then the media came out and they said, oh, he's a racist guy. He hates black people. He hates women. I walked it back. And I did my research and I said, oh, I looked at people like Diamond and Silk, Anthony Brian Logan, Brandon Tatum, the conservative Mexican. I looked up, I began to watch Mark Dykes, Alex Jones. I began to look at the Brexit movement. I began to look at the Conservative Party as a whole. I looked at civil rights and I was like, oh, Republicans dominated the voting for civil rights. And I was like, oh, I think I'm Republican. I think I would vote for them. You're trying to build a wall to stop illegals from coming to this country because, they go take all the jobs. They're bringing in drugs. They're going to drive down wages and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you tell your oppressed family that, your family that believes that everything is racist. I'm not saying, and I'm not going to acknowledge that racism doesn't exist. But my family, racism is everything. They believe that everything is racist. I mean, of course, the first one, the police, okay? Police just, people, oh, they're racist. Now, I'm a realist. To some extent, I believe that you have some small pockets of police brutality. That's kind of how I stand on that issue. But they have to come up with solutions to better deal with those problems. Black Lives Matter hasn't even been coming up with any solutions. I'm not saying go out there and fight racism with racism, but acknowledge the problems. 12% of the population is black. They commit over 50% of the crime. You take that argument and you take it on my family, they will go crazy. They will go crazy. They will lose their minds. They will go crazy. And the idea is like, I ain't gonna speak out. I ain't gonna say nothing. I've been keeping my cool the whole time. Kind of agreeing with everything they say because, I've had times where, my family threw me out for art, just little petty arguments, over politics. You don't want to get them upset. They've already ready to let you go. But I bought an amount of land in a different state, and this year I'm going to try to move there. I bought me a little small shipping home. It's like a tiny home for secure living, and I like to write motivational children's books. I believe in solving the problems that affect this country that those of color complain about. I look up to people like, what's his name? He made 200 members quit the Ku Klux Klan. What was his name? Gosh, I can't even remember. Man. His name was, Daryl Davis. There you go. And I look up, to people like that. He said, I'm not going to allow for people to come at me this way. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to solve the problems. And he began to, he went out there and he made 200 members quit the Ku Klux Klan. And I've realized one thing about it. It's no money in these solutions. There ain't no money in that. No money in these solutions. I watch people like Patricia Dixon. She's a very smart woman. I watch people like Kiki Green. I watch people like Tree of Logic. I watch people like Candace Owens. And yes, the two of those individuals need to learn to put their differences aside. Candace Owens and Tree of Logic. I watch Kiki Green. I watch The Amazing Lucas. Unite America First. Maurice Delk. I watch a lot of conservative people. That's what I do. Mind of Jamal. I watch him. He's really wonderful. That's what I do on my spare time. I watch conservatives. And I watch what they have to say. And I agree. And they acknowledge all the problems that are hurting Black America and all of America. And they're going to fight for these illegal people that will work 10 times harder than the average American. They get there on time. They don't complain. They take cheap wages. It seems like it's going to be very detrimental for Black America and white America and every America. But or every American, which better not ever come out and tell your family that you support Trump. Don't ever do it. Don't ever tell your family. I mean, it's not pretty. I'm never gonna do that again. I'm just gonna vote in the booth. I tried to explain to them about AOC. I said, AOC, she stopped 25,000 jobs from coming to New York. You know, look at, and those jobs are paying $150,000 a year. Look at Venezuela. You know, socialism doesn't work. Oh, you're a racist. Oh, you're a coon. Oh, you're a sellout. Oh, you're not really black. You know, you're for white supremacy. You're this, you're, you know, all these left-wing idiotic talking points. But don't ever, I guess, don't ever tell my family, I said, don't ever talk about politics with anybody. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it to yourself. You're black in America. You're gonna be called every name in the book. You know, don't ever do it. But this is Solutions Over Fiction. And thank you. But before I go, that is the reason why. That was the reason why I became conservative more than likely. It made me open up my eyes that you think a different way. You're not gonna, you ain't gonna get no support from your family. No support. You ain't gonna get any support. No support. None. They're gonna yell at you and call you a coon, a sellout. And I also look up, I look up to people like MLK. And I look up to President Trump also. He's a really good businessman. And I watch other conservatives like the Next News Network, and I watch John Miller, and I also watch Tommy Sotomayor. I watch a lot of stuff. But hey, better not tell your family you support those people. I mean, my God, you're going to get major pushback. I will go to a Trump rally or conservative gathering, but there are none in the state of Arkansas. There are none in Arkansas. I'm not telling you what part of Arkansas I'm from. I'm not even telling you that I'm from Arkansas. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Alabama. I'm from Louisiana somewhere. I'm from Texas. I'm not from Arkansas. My family, they're going to find out. And when they find out, it's over with. They can put me out, I'm just not going to do it. I've been down this road before over smaller things. Don't do it to yourself. Hey, stay in your lane. Your lane is to be a Democrat. Your lane is to agree with whatever they're talking about. That's your lane. You can't talk about, the 75% fatherless households or nothing. But I guess that's all. Just have to go a little bit more. I just want to talk a little bit more. But I thank y'all for watching my video. Please subscribe. Please share.